Hey everyone, Semper.Reefing with an update on the 210 mixed reef. It's been a little bit over a month since my previous update and more things have changed, so I'll get right into it. First thing you'll notice is I did change my rockscape again. That was mainly due to, well, that was when I was getting my blue hippo tang pulled out of the tank. She is still in quarantine. I'm treating with copper right now and going to continue monitoring her. I decided not to pull all the fish out. You know, none of them show any signs of illness or infection. And I figured if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I just don't want to stress them out even further just from trying to pull them out of the tank. And honestly, it would be really difficult at this point. I'd really have to take the tank apart, but if it came down to it, I would pull them out. But as of now, everybody's fat and happy, very healthy. So I'm gonna kind of go off of that. So I did add some more rocks to the tank. I did get some free dry rock from a local that was getting rid of them. So I soaked them in RO and seeded them in my water box 20 that I had set up, and a couple weeks later added them in. I also added in my SPS rock from my 50 Lagoon, and what I plan, well, I'll get into it with another video on the 50 Lagoon, but basically I'm just, with starting a new job, I'm just making it a little bit easier on myself. I'm going to be retiring the Trident on that system and taking the Neptune dose off and kind of just do everything manually. So I wanted to bring all my acros in here, and I found a nice spot, you know, midway up, as you can see, and they're getting plenty of light, plenty of flow. I also added some more acros in. I picked a few up from local, and they have a beautiful frag system. I mean, in great prices. I'm really happy. Ever since I moved this rock in here, my PC rainbow has really started to grow up. And wow, I mean, everything is just like really starting to grow now. I think doing part with the lighting as well. I think they're getting a lot better spread of light in this tank. This green Slimer, when I put it in here, it was pretty pale, but it really did color back up nice. But everything's looking very good. I cannot remember what the name of this is, but I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait for that thing to get big. Speaking of lighting, I had these Noopsike K7 Pro 2s just sitting in a box in the garage, and I kind of figured why not. I'll throw them on the tank and see how it goes. And I mean, well, it was really hard to find a damn controller for them, but my local fish store did have one. And I like the way they look. I think they, to the eye, I like the spectrum. And my coral appreciate it too. I mean, they're just getting a good blanket of light. And I would like to get a par meter and kind of see where I have them. I run my XR30s at about 65% on a custom schedule I have. And I don't run the whites on it. I run the whites mainly on the Noopsikes. And I have the blues on the Noopsikes set to about 60%. So I'm curious to see what my par's at. But all I know is my SPS seemed to enjoy it. I also added this. I really wanted a gyre and kind of balling on a budget, so I got this Jabeo SCP-120. I at first didn't think it was going to be enough, but wow, it really does push a lot of water. And I mean, when I had it on full blast, it was really making some waves in there. I'm very satisfied with the flow in this tank right now. I do have a lot of particles in the water column, but it doesn't really bother me. Water clarity is very good too. It's pretty clear. Can't complain. I'm starting to see some better coloration in my coral. Kind of got my nutrients locked in. My nitrates have been sitting at 15 to 16. Phosphates 0.03. I'm happy to see my sun-kissed bounce is starting to color up. It was pretty pale in the other tank, but when I moved it in here, it really started to color up. And I cannot wait for that thing to grow some babies and just kind of grow on that rock. Might have to frag some of these zoas. They're getting kind of shaded out by this weeping willow, which loves its new spot. You feel you're doing well, except minus this hammer. It was making the comeback and just kind of kicked the can. I'm not really sure what happened. Coral are growing great though. I say it every video, but these things are growing like weeds. Purple stylo is looking great. Torches are looking a lot better. This one is starting to color up. Probably doesn't look like it on camera, but you can see more gold in person. My green torch started off with 2 heads in here, and it's about to split into, well, it's splitting into 6. That top right one's about to split as well. Aptasia are totally under control. I cannot find a single one now. Back up here. I can't find any Aptasia. And I don't know if it's because of my copper band or the 10 peppermint shrimp I added. I'm willing to bet it was probably the peppermint shrimp. I haven't really been able to get this copper band to eat anything that I give it, at least. I've tried clams, mysis, brine. I haven't tried any live worms yet, and I don't know where to get them, to be honest. If anybody could fill me in, I would greatly appreciate it. But I am happy to see that it's, you know, it's been hunting since I put it in the tank. And I do have a healthy population of copepods, but this guy's just always on the hunt. And hopefully he'll start seeing, I mean, one could always hope with the copper band that they'll start eating mysis. I hope he just sees other fish pig out and start to take on after them. But these guys are fat and happy. Very healthy. Very excited with how this tank is looking. Being that it's only 5.5 months old, can't complain. Also, I mentioned I'm going to take the Neptune dose off of my 50 Lagoon. I will be throwing that on here, and I'll be doing some automatic water changes. And I think I'm just gonna do 2 gallons a night, and we'll kind of see how that goes. I still dose Kalkwasser and alkalinity in conjunction. And I've honestly just been manually dosing calcium and magnesium. I find that I don't really need it that much. But anyways, that's about it. I'll be sure to update when things change, or at least in another month. Happy reefing and have a nice day.